HIV is not a death sentence. This week, we've been focusing on AIDS as we mark the 30-year anniversary of the disease. There is a huge stigma on the disease, creating an environment of fear for many survivors of HIV/AIDS. And that stigma is unfounded and, quite frankly, ignorant. People with the disease live healthy, productive lives. If you were standing next to someone who was HIV positive, you likely wouldn't even be able to tell. And to help blow that stigma out of the water, I want to introduce you now to Alexander Smith. He is 37 years old. He's a therapist and licensed clinical social worker for the state of Utah. Alexander is also HIV positive. He contracted the virus about 8 years ago. He also developed a website, blessthisvirus.com, and he joins us live now from Salt Lake City, Utah. Alexander, thanks so much for coming on the show. I want to start with how you contracted HIV, and how did you react when you first found out? What was that like?
Certainly. I contracted HIV from sex. There's only a couple ways you get it, and I had unprotected sex. And 8 years ago, I was not in a place vibrationally to have safe conversations for myself. I had left my religion. I had repressed years of repression, and I caught the virus on an unlucky diagnosis day of March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, 2003.
Most people, when they test positive for HIV, are filled with shame, and you have started this website, blessthisvirus.com. How did you go about making peace with this?
It's blessyourvirus.com, and that was the whole concept for me. Initially, I stepped right into the diagnosis and right into the story. I mean, it was terrifying. I think most people understand that. Fortunately, we're in a time, and I have the privilege to have medications, to support myself, and to take care of that. But initially stepping into it was very terrifying. And so for me, stepping in, and it took about 6 years to finally make peace. A girlfriend of mine one day said to me, "Have you ever said hello to the virus living inside of you?" And I stopped for a minute and thought, why in the world would I want to do that? It terrifies me.
But not anymore.
And so that was the beginning. No, not anymore. That's where it changed for me, as I realized from what she said, there's truth, and that's what I believe and know. Is it making peace with the things that scare us, blessing your virus? We all have viruses. Mine is HIV. I've had other viruses. A lot of other HIV positive people out there. A lot of other people who are negative who have their own viruses. But blessing things, wrapping our arms around, creating compassion, love, understanding, conversation, it changed everything for me. My health is great. Yeah,
I was going to ask you, how do you feel?
You know, Randy, I feel fantastic. And this week has been an amazing experience coming into this opportunity to stand up in my place of privilege, to share this blessing. I feel healthy. I feel alive. And we're sitting at a time 30 years into this where there's an opportunity for a cure. You know, the Berlin patient, Timothy Brown, has been cured. He's HIV negative. And it's going to be a process to get there, but that's what this blessyourvirus.com is all about, is how can we create an environment where the cure can arrive for me and for all of us.
Yeah, as we've been talking, we've been looking at some pictures of you, and you are full of life. There is no doubt about that. But what would you say to people watching right now who are HIV positive? I mean, what would you say to those family, friends, coworkers of people who are positive as well?
I would start by saying, I bless you. And I bless the virus that you carry. And I ask you and I challenge you to turn in and to find courage and to find small moments, small steps, small thoughts, to turn in and find the blessing within yourself, because we need your hope. Those who carry the virus have such a magnificent ability and understanding. And so I would say hang in there and find a way to bless and love yourself and find life.
Alexander Smith, great advice and great talking with you. Thank you, and be well. Take care of yourself.
Yes, thank you.